Welcome to At Home with Melissa, where we have intimate conversations with entrepreneurs about their journey, their vision, and their stories behind what they're building. And today, I'm honored to sit down with James Mays.
How you doing?
Good. How you doing?
I'm all right. Can't
Good.
complain.
Good. He's a visionary, entrepreneur, philanthropist, and acclaimed fashion designer from New Orleans. James is the founder of MLINE, a luxury cut and sew brand rooted in the culture, elevated urban luxury, and authentic storytelling. Since launching MLine in 2017, James has grown the brand into a nationally recognized name with features in Essence and appearances on major platforms like InvestFest, ComplexCon, and BET. Beyond fashion, he is also committed to giving back through the MLine Foundation, creating opportunities for the next generation through entrepreneurship, mentorship, and community impact. James, welcome to At Home with Melissa.
Well, thank you for having me. I appreciate it.
No, thank you for joining us. We're excited about sitting down and talking to you. So, before we get into the full journey, I have to ask you, when you see somebody wearing M-Line in public, do you play it cool or do you still look like, wow, they're really, really wearing my brand?
A lot of times what I would do if I see somebody, if they don't see me or they don't recognize me, I would just be like, that's a cool whatever the item is. Oh, that's a dope jacket or a dope shirt or something like that. Even to somebody that I don't know. And then most people, you know how people like they know you, but they may not
Yeah.
ever seen you, but they kind of know your silhouette.
Mm-hmm.
So when I do it, a lot of times I'll get a thank you, and then it's just like oh such and such.
Right.
So now I try to make sure I acknowledge as many people as possible, just to show like my gratitude
Yeah.
and show that I really don't just let people just walk past. Now if I'm at like a festival or a big party or something, yeah, I can't like talk
Can't
to
touch everybody.
You
Yeah.
know what I'm saying? But if I see one or two people walking, then we might just kind of like have a little joke real quick.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah.
Yeah. So take us back to the beginning of the journey, 2017, or when you started the beginning.
Yeah, so I first started working on MLine in 2015,
Mm-hmm.
but before that, 2013, 14-ish, I was doing like personal shopping and styling. I had a few clients in NFL, NBA, but it didn't really get to where I wanted it to get to. So one of my homeboys just threw in the air that I should start a clothing brand. At the time, I wasn't really trying to hear it because I had my own like focus. I was new. My son was like 1, about to be 2.
Mm-hmm.
So I went through a few things. I had broke my leg, so I had used all the money I had to pay to get my leg fixed out of pocket,
Mm-hmm.
and then that kind of like set me back. So I moved to Houston, in which around that time, like I said, 2015, I started really putting the brand on the front burner, just designing, and
Mm-hmm.
eventually in the beginning of 2017, I really started like investing, but obviously I didn't know what I was investing into, so I
Mm-hmm.
kind of like messed up some money. I ain't gonna say messed up, well, because I learned from it.
Yeah.
And in the casino, lost some money because I sold my sneaker collection.
Okay.
So sold my sneaker collection when I moved back to New Orleans, January 2017, when my second son was born,
Uh-huh.
and just like I said, started investing, but in and out the casino. So maybe like March of 2017, I made the decision to stop gambling.
Okay.
So I eventually moved back to Houston that May,
Mm-hmm.
but now I'm actually putting money into the brand, sending it to California, getting samples done. And June, June, I took a trip to California because that's where I was manufacturing that for the first 5 years, and came back to work. Took a trip on that Monday, Tuesday, like a 2-day trip. Came back to work, I think on a Wednesday, and then I got laid off
Wow.
like that morning.
Mm.
So then I moved back to New Orleans. Like I said, I had already invested a little bit into the brand, but I also was in the military.
Oh, really? Wow.
Yeah, so
Okay.
I took unemployment
Mm-hmm.
from Texas, and I was getting paid like 500 and something a week from the military. So that held me over for like 3 months, and I had my car note was coming up,
Yeah.
and my car note was in my friend's name at the time.
Mm.
and I couldn't be late on the car note for him. So
Right.
I had product, I had a website. I just didn't get the proper rollout that I wanted to do, but I just couldn't wait. So I ended up releasing my brand on the September 29th, and I had got the money to pay my car note on the first. So yeah,
Man, that's an amazing journey.
for
Wow.
sure.
Wow, wow, wow.
Appreciate it.
So I think right now Mline feels bigger than clothes right now. It's like a whole culture.
Yeah.
I've been seeing it. I mean, we're like proud to wear it, you know. It feels like when people wear it, they feel like they're wearing a piece of New Orleans.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So at what point did you realize that you weren't just building a fashion brand, you were building like a culture?
Um, Honestly, in the beginning, that was kind of like sort of my plan because that's just what New Orleans is. It's
Yeah.
like its own. I feel like it's its own world. Like there's no place
In the world.
nowhere that's like New Orleans. I mean, you could go 25 minutes away to like Donaldsonville or something, or even like La Plage. It's just different
Yeah.
than what New Orleans is, and we have a lot of culture. So I tried to put that inside the brand. We used to talk about like events, like a ball and a festival. Um, it's so much you could do with a brand if you spinning it off New Orleans.
Yeah.
But in the beginning, my brand was the designs were like super catered to New Orleans, and I knew trying to grow like globally or nationally, I would have to like change that a little bit. So tweak it and make it more about the brand and the brand name and the logos versus just having shirts with pictures of New Orleans and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? I don't think that everybody want to wear something that's just strictly for one place. Now, when you get to like the point of, so like sports teams and stuff like that, yeah, we'll do that, but I just feel like I had to tweak it a little bit to really
Make it more national. Yeah. So one thing that you have on a lot of your clothing is real flowers never die. Like, what's the meaning behind that?
So real flowers. So the logo is a flower. So the flower is in reference to a person. So a person starts as a seed. The flower starts as a seed. The flower grows. It goes through like dirt and rain, which is like your trials and tribulations, and then it needs the sun and the rain, which is like the lessons you learn from your trials and tribulations. And at the end, they both have the opportunity to blossom from what you've been through. So every time we use a flower on the clothes, it's like a reference to a person. So real flowers never die is like the people that passed away that then left something with you that just kind of like instilled this particular thing in you, or even if you go through a certain situation and they left something of them to think about, for you to think about when you go through it. Or if you go to a place or you go to a travel experience, you always think about the people that's not with you that experienced that particular moment with you. So it's just like,
They never die.
yeah.
They're just always with you,
Right.
right? Yeah. And it's the magnolia flower.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
it's a magnolia flower. I was scared of that in the beginning too.
Really? Why?
Yeah, because I'm from the Magnolia, and New Orleans is super, super territorial. So I chose it for two reasons. I mean, it is the state flower, and I chose it because I'm from the Magnolia, but that was in the beginning, it was a lot of referencing to like my friends and stuff, my family members that I lost. So that was the reason, because I mean, like, that's what I just knew in the beginning. You know what I'm saying? So, but through the brand, I never actually rep the Magnolia. People had to like kind of do their research. They didn't know. You know what I'm saying? Because I know if I just say Magnolia, is not gonna.
It's not gonna go
We super
to
territorial in
everybody.
New
Yeah.
Orleans. You know what I'm saying? They got people that's have beef going on in a 3-block radius. So if I say something about the Magnolia, I didn't think nobody would support it for real.
Yeah, but they definitely supporting it.
So,
Yeah. I mean, so you touched on this a little bit about your sneaker collection, because of course I heard that that's what funded MLINE from the beginning. What did it feel like to sacrifice something like that you have been working on for a very long time?
I knew selling it was like, once I sold it, I knew I had to be serious. So that was like, I love sneakers. And I had been buying them for want to say maybe about 3 to 4 years at the time. So I had accumulated maybe like 140 pair. That's what I sold, 140. And that was just something that I've always been into. And selling it, I know, okay, now I got to start over, but I know why I'm starting over. So it meant a lot to me. It was like not the biggest sacrifice you could make in the world, but just it was a huge sacrifice at the time.
Something big that you have been working on for a long
Right.
time. And, you know, like a lot of people say that a lot of entrepreneurs that have made it big, they'll say like they maybe got a house that they couldn't afford or they
Right.
got something they couldn't afford or something just to give them like a big why.
Right. And one of my one of my close friends right now, we was super cool at that point, but that's who actually bought my collection in full because he was like a sneaker reseller, and you know what I mean. He's like, bro, it's gonna come back like 10 times even better.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And now I know like the shoe. So I knew a little bit. I knew a little bit then, but I know about sneakers more now. So the sneakers that I buy now have even more value. So I know if I ever had to sell my sneaker collection again, it's worth way more now
Than it was before.
Yeah.
Well, those are pretty cool you have on right now.
Yeah, thank you.
Just saying. All right. So you talked about how early on you were waiting to feel ready and waiting for more recognition before fully launching your brand. But eventually you realized that the recognition would not come until you moved.
Right.
How many people do you think are stuck waiting for permission, validation, or the perfect time to start?
I mean, I feel like that's normal. A lot of people are in that position because you jumping into a world that you like actually don't know about, and or something that you never did. So it just kind of makes you scared. You have certain people that would just they'd jump off the cliff type, and you have people. Everything has to look right every time. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna jump off the cliff type.
Yeah.
If I'm uncomfortable, if I don't have no money, or if I gotta figure something out, yeah, it's time to make that happen. But they got somebody that's big down here, like 2 to 3 years ago, and I was just giving them my experience. I was like, bro, you got something good going on. It's time to take that money and put it towards something else. He's like, well, nah, I just don't know. He's like, and it was like a small group discussion, and some of my friends were like, well, James, like, you kind of putting the wrong thing because he's probably just not like you, and I get it, but okay, now 2-3 years later, what if what you got going on ain't the thing? You know what I'm saying? Now you done planted seeds to help keep funding whatever it is that you really want to do. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know if he really took that advice and did it. You know what I'm saying? He was just like, bro, I'm just not like, I need
scared.
security. I need, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So yeah, some people is just not with that, but I think honestly, just going for what you know, going for it. If it's something that's already in you, I think that's a reason too. People get into stuff that they just see somebody else making it look good. I don't feel like everybody is a fashion designer, but they make brands. I don't feel like everybody is a rapper or a singer, but they try to make music, or a chef or whatever it is. I think you should get into something that's naturally you, that you kind of like gonna love when you're doing it. And I think you'll figure out, even if you're not the focal point of something, you'll figure out a way to make it work. Like, I love fashion, so if I wasn't a fashion designer, I would probably doing something else. At minimum, at least working in the retail space.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Because that's your passion
Yeah.
at the end of the day. And sometimes as entrepreneurs, we jump out.
Right.
A lot of times, like, I'm wondering, I don't know how I'm going to do this, but we figure out a way, you
Right.
know. So that I think it's a gift, and you have to have the tolerance to handle it, I think.
Yeah.
Not everybody have it.
I think people just be scared. They don't,
Yeah, and I get it.
It's a lot of times people don't have the proper like funding, and so you're risking losing whatever
Your
some other
job
stuff
or
that you might have worked for, or you're risking leaving the job that giving you security, because that's a big thing that people go through too. You having being comfortable and having some sort of security already, it could hinder your vision of what you want to do. I went through that in the beginning. I was working, when I moved to Houston, the checks were good. So we working overtime, 65 hours a week. So if I miss a day, missing one day was be like $500 from overtime. So it's like, man, I don't want to take off. You know what I'm saying? And then when I finally took off, I lost the job anyway. You know what I'm saying?
Wow.
So it's just like that could really hinder your vision. And I had a conversation with the dude who was making my stuff in the beginning. He was just like, bro, because their communication wasn't good. So I was like, man, I just want my money back. And he was like, man, honestly, I really kind of need you here to understand everything you want to do in the beginning, and then once we gain a relationship, we could just talk over the phone and do emails and all that. So when I did that, I understood it, but I was scared to take off because
you wanted that
the
job,
money.
right?
You know what I'm saying? So that could really hinder your vision.
Mm-hmm. And I've been there. Like when I first started real estate, I was working a full-time job that was paying me well.
Right.
And then 2016, I took a jump. And I said, I'm going to give it a year. And if it don't work in a year, I'm going to go back. And I'm still doing it, 2026. But it gets scary, you know.
For sure.
It have moments where I'm like, am I doing the right thing? You know, I think people see with the success, but they don't see the behind the scenes stuff that goes on. So I want to get into the MLINE Foundation because I've been watching that, and I think that's pretty awesome what you're doing. So you're not just talking about giving back, you're actually giving back to the youth. So you have designer kids to LA, which is big. Why is it important to you to expose young creatives to being in the fashion world, and what do you hope that experience unlocks for them?
I mean, I think that I would like to do my role and just kind of being a role model to people that want to be into fashion. I feel like I grew up in New Orleans in the 90s, so had I seen somebody making clothes back then, I probably thought it would have been cool for me to try. Or had the resources you know what I'm saying, it was accessible, so I didn't have that. So realistically, I just like what people wearing on TV. You don't really think that, if you don't see something, you don't think that it's real.
Right.
So I knew about brands, but actually creating one, I couldn't foresee that. You know what I'm saying? So now if I could be, and obviously everything is more accessible in the world right now, but if I could be that to somebody that was me 30 years ago,
Right.
then, you know what I mean, I just feel like I did my part.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So, but the designer kids to LA, it comes from, so I won an essay contest to go to Africa when I was 11.
Really?
Yeah, no, I was 12.
Okay.
13. That's my 8th grade year.
Okay.
Yeah, it's my 8th grade year. So I went to Carter G. Woodson Middle School,
Okay.
uptown, and to start the 8th grade year, we had a shooting. We had a shooting in the school.
Wow.
These two dudes that I know, one brought the gun in the school. He shot him, and then they ended up tussling for the gun. So the other one took the gun and shot him back. So now, our school wasn't a good school to begin with. But now the city tried to do something to bring more awareness to the school, make it a better situation. So that program came to the school. I won it, and I went to Africa for 11 days during the Thanksgiving break.
Really?
Yeah, so it was called Kids to Africa.
Okay.
So Designer Kids to LA is just like my spinoff of that.
Wow.
And I think that would be like super cool. So for right now, we're gonna go for like 5 days. But eventually maybe it grow into something different and it be a little bit more lengthier. You know what I'm saying? Because I wanted to start a summer camp in the beginning, but I think this is more perfect for what I got
think
going
so.
on.
Yes, it's gonna bless a lot of kids. Yeah. So I'm gonna just say this. We touched on it a little bit, but a lot of people see the sold out drops. They see the celebrity support. They see the glitz and the glam, right? But they don't see the behind the scenes, the manufacturing, the money, the mistakes, the pressure that comes along with it. What has entrepreneurship cost you that success doesn't always show? If you want to get into it.
It could cost you like your sanity. You know what I'm saying? Because it's once you get to like a certain level, it's like everybody expects something of you. You know what I'm saying? But you also going through something for the first time as well. So, yeah, I probably been doing good for a certain amount of time, but every time is something different. I'm creating a new event, or may have the same event and it's gotten bigger. So now you got a different type of audience. You got different methods on how to do stuff. Now I got family and friends. It's like, people want your time, they want your energy, they want free stuff, it's just a little bit of everything. I got two kids, different parents. So that could be something inside of, you know what I mean? And people don't get to see everything that goes on behind the scenes. They don't really even know if you somebody that just know how to make stuff look good. You could not even be doing what people think you're doing, but that's just a gift in you to be able to reel people into what you got going on. You know what I mean? And then you might get somebody that you run into, you're not even really close to them, and y'all have a conversation, and then they could honestly understand or see where you at.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So I just think stuff could be overwhelming until you like identify that you're overwhelmed.
Yeah. So you kind of touched on it, and I saw like I think it was last month, you did an event, or you collaborated on an event for mental health, right? And so I think as an entrepreneur, like I don't think a lot of people realize that mental health is super important,
right?
Because we deal with a lot of stress, a lot of pressure. A lot of people depend on us, right? So if you could just tell us a little bit about that event. I think it was for men.
Yeah, so it was an event that Mo Flippin put on at his gym. It was a men's mental health workout session. And it ended up being super cool. I don't know if it was just the time frame the headspace that I was in at the time, where I felt like I could have used that. You know what I'm saying? But we had a workout, and then at the end we said us sitting around and talking was longer than the workout. We worked out for maybe, I want to say 45 minutes, but we ended up talking for almost 2 hours.
Really?
Yeah, because it was like 9 to 10 men, but now there are certain questions, and whoever, was able to answer that question and embark or give an example of whatever it is, you do it, and then everybody else kind of chime in and give whatever advice if they can.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So I feel like it was super cool. I think it's something that should be done on a consistent basis, whether it's once a month or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Because a lot of people be having stuff to get out and don't know how to get it out, or don't. As a man, you could always feel at fault or something, and then it's kind of like you weak for putting it in the world, if that makes sense. People don't. Everybody look, when you the man of the house or the man of the family or whatever it is, people look at you to be the strong one. That's just kind of like what you got to be. You know what I mean? So men, honestly, not all of them, a lot of them can't even really talk to their significant other without being judged.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So.
Yeah. And I think when you're at the head of whatever it is, your business or your family or whatever, like it's a lot of weight.
Yeah. You could take on a lot. I feel like I'm juggling pretty good. I don't answer the phone that much. So
Okay.
A lot of people don't like that.
That's a good strategy. Yeah.
Yeah, and at this point, I really kind of just don't care that I don't answer the
Yeah,
phone that
you
much.
got to protect yourself. Yeah.
Yeah, so I try to filter out the energy that I need at the time. You know what I'm saying? Maybe if I answer your phone in a while, I might answer. Because I'm trying to see if you got the picture.
Yeah.
At this point, you know what I'm saying? So, because sometimes everybody be going through stuff, and then they don't know that they putting their energy off on you. You know what I mean? And I just today's my day just to be peaceful.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? On Mondays, I don't know, I'm probably going to pick up the phone like 4 times.
Yeah. Yeah.
But that's because now that's just like my day to do whatever I want. If I just want to chill, sit inside, whatever
be quiet,
it is.
whatever.
But they have people that call you all the time that's calling for the right things. And they have people that call you all the time that's calling for the wrong things. So with all of that, you got to filter out when it's time for you to give your energy.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? If I come outside, I give my energy to anybody.
Mm-hmm.
If I don't want to give my energy to anybody, I'm just gonna stay inside.
Yeah.
So, and everybody don't need to know that that's my energy at the time. I mean, if you could catch on, you could catch on, but if not,
Mm-hmm.
then
Yeah. I mean, you're your most important commodity,
right, for sure.
and your time is the only thing you have.
Right.
You know, really. I mean, we think it's like money, we think it's other things, but it's your time. So
Right.
you have to be super protective of it.
Right.
Yeah. All right. So we have this little thing we call it rapid fire. It's like a quick little 1-2. But before we get into that, I want to ask you: years from now, 5 years from now, 10 years from now, when people talk about James Mays and they talk about MLINE, what do you hope they say that you changed, that you did for the culture?
I'm not sure. I don't know. Cause I honestly, I see myself. I see myself for exactly what I am and what I could be.
Mm-hmm.
But I feel like I do um, try to maintain my ground level. Like,
Mm-hmm.
you know what I'm saying? Not overthink that I'm this or that. You know what I'm saying? Um, so people tell me how they feel at times, but I don't know. It's just honestly made a difference, made an impact in the community,
Mm-hmm.
and gave a set of positive example of what somebody could be that actually came from the same place that they came from or the same circumstances.
Right.
Um,
Right.
it's like, you get people that blow up or they they be out of this world, but you kind of like never knew them. So you really kind of they giving you their story, but it's almost like it's unbelievable to you because you don't really know them. But then here in New Orleans, a lot of people knew me before this.
Yeah.
I think that's part of the reason why it works a little bit because people know that I'm supposed to be into fashion. You know what I'm saying? I've always been the same person as far as being cool, having good energy.
Mm-hmm.
So I think it's like people look at it like that's what he's supposed to be doing, and they know me, and I feel like that's a reason that they could feel motivated to do some sort of what I'm doing. Maybe not the same thing, but just take their time to be an entrepreneur, get into the
Right.
world.
Because they saw how you grew.
Yeah, I've met people that 45 trying to start something just because.
They see you.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So,
Yeah. I mean, I watched like interviews of you, and you're very humble. You're very grounded. And I saw you talk a lot about your mom. What part does she play in your success and who you are as a person?
I feel like my mom just kind of gets. So my mom and my dad was into fashion. So I just think that's just kind of like you have a mom and a dad that was both basketball players. Like it's almost inevitable that the kid is gonna be into basketball or be good at some sort of sport. But my mom specifically, she just always had good energy and put good manifestations on top of me. You know what I'm saying? My dad is he's a little bit less vocal. He's more of the support where he just gonna be there, what you need, bro. He gonna call me every day. You good? You need something? That we not really gonna have a real conversation on like daily life and you know what I'm saying, how to navigate this or navigate that. And I'm cool with that. So I understand who he is for me and who she's been to me, you know what I'm saying? So she's more the person like, oh son, like God got something super big for you. I see this in you. You kind of just like me. And you know what I mean? So I take it that I got my fashion sense from both of them.
Both of them.
You know what I'm saying? It's just my mom is just the energy, the vocal energy that she put into me or over me that helps me be able to like articulate myself and put that type of energy into my kids or whatever.
And she's still there.
Yeah.
She's still there. She's still doing
And that was I think her passing just gave me a more motive of something to do, but after she put out the energy.
She's still guiding you.
Yeah. So I mean, people think like, I talk about my mama. People like know my mama, and the way it would sound like she was a fashion designer too.
She was.
I mean,
in her own way.
Yeah, not in the sense she was into fashion deep, you know what I mean? But not, she wasn't a fashion designer.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's just that her whole energy was just upon me.
That's awesome. Yeah. So y'all are opening a new location. Yeah.
I opened this past December.
Okay. This
So,
past December,
yeah,
but
this
y'all are
past-
having a big weekend coming up,
Yeah,
right?
MLINE weekend is in 2 days.
2 days. Oh wow.
It's about to start. Yeah.
Okay.
So we got some madness coming up this weekend.
Okay.
Got about 7 events.
Wow.
Yeah, 7 events throughout the weekend.
Okay. All right. In Houston or New
Yes,
Orleans?
in Houston. So
Okay.
I'm gonna do it in Houston and New Orleans. So we got this one in Houston right now. The next month we celebrating the anniversary to the store. The store makes 4 years, and then I'll do the MLINE week in New Orleans in September for the brand's anniversary.
Awesome. Awesome. Well, everybody in Houston definitely needs to come out and support.
Yeah, I hope so.
Yeah, even from New Orleans. That's a
I
quick
hope
little
so.
plane ride or a quick little drive.
Yeah, it's a good market. I think they have a lot of New Orleans people there.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. So, all right. So before I let you go, we do this thing called at-home rapid fire where you pick a number between 1 and 5. And so from that category you pick, I'm going to ask you like 1 or 2 questions from that category. So between 1 and 5.
3.
What's your 3? All right. Let's see.
For the magnolia.
For the magnolia. Okay. All right. Okay. What's the smartest risk you ever took?
Getting a store. Reason being, I was out the trunk for 5 years, and it's like when you're out of the trunk, you only can make money if somebody buy off your website or if you're in person. I used to do like a lot of pop-ups, but at the time, being out of the trunk, my brand was real, like the base of it was mainly in New Orleans. I didn't really have too many out-of-state sales. So once I got a store, now I don't have to be here. I could put that store inside of whoever's hands, and then now I could just make more moves. I could travel back and forth to California just to like learn more, you know what I'm saying? So I think the biggest thing that I've done thus far was get a store.
Yeah. All right. So one more. What's one mindset shift that changed your income?
Putting myself first.
Oh, that's huge. Okay.
I think if you don't if you don't put yourself first, you can't take care of nobody else. You know what I'm saying? So today, like I come first before my kids and all of that. My kids that's something that I'm gonna do organically. I'm gonna make sure they're straight. You know what I'm saying? But I think just kind of like putting myself first. But in the recent past, I've been saying this, but I think I wasn't even understanding it myself. So putting myself first now, more so like the mindset, like I said, is not answering the phone all the time, just kind of letting anybody into the energy. Not, your friends are cool, but it's also like kind of speaking your personal situations to them. It's just everything about it. Just trying to, I used to use a term called master your energy around like 2018. I had that on like shirts and stuff like that. But it's like learning how to master your energy is not only the things that you do yourself. It's also learning how to let people into your world and into your space, because you need to know how you're going to be able to react if somebody do this. So I know if you do something that I don't like, I know how I'm going to react. So why would I even let you into the space to do that? You know what I'm saying? So just, mastering my energy and making sure I'm taking on the right stuff and the right people as much as possible.
I'm gonna take that and run with it. I think that's something I'm gonna use going forward, sure. Mastering your energy. Yeah. All right. So how do we find you on social media, online? I know you're easy to find, but if you just want to throw it out there, how people find you to buy the products.
My Instagram is MLINE James. That's my personal Instagram. My business Instagram is THE3_MLINE. And the website is mline.us.
All right. We are so proud of everything you're doing, and y'all go out and support. I know I'm going to go buy me a whole outfit. Thank you so much for joining us. We appreciate it.
Thank you for having me. Appreciate the bottle of Don Julio, too.
Yeah,
I'm going to put it to use Thursday.
Of course.